Welcome back, and Happy New Year, everybody. But welcome back to my last brain cell, man. This is the first episode of the new year. This also means this is the first episode that's going on YouTube, day of recording. I'm really excited for what 2025 has in store. I'm really excited for what God has in store for me in 2025, and I hope you all are too. However, 2025, means that you are hopefully learning some new habits. You're learning how to be just a better person overall, right? I mean, as we get older, the idea is always forward progression. You want to be growing. And there's one thing I learned about myself in 2024 that I know needs addressing in 2025 is that I'm low key a vengeful thinking person, in a sense, like, if you do me wrong, I then innately want to do you wrong. And I know that's not the right thing. I know that's not a nice thing. It's just something I came to realize about myself. I don't always act on it immediately, and sometimes I might not act on it like anytime soon, but I'm always thinking about it. I might not ever get my revenge, but it's always on my mind. And one thing I had to really, sit down and think about was, yikes, dog, you really out here thinking about revenge? That's not healthy. So that's something I need to address as we are entering 2025. However, it made me think about this because now I'm going to shift to a completely different story. I went to the gym the other day. I was hype. Like, when I tell you I was hype, I was hype. I knew it was going to be a great workout. So I get there, and my ritual is the same. I pull up, and I always put my headphones right in my ear when I get to the gym. So that way I don't have to do it when I walk in the gym. Like, I can go right to the not the workout, the area to warm up real quick with my headphones in. I can say hello, and I also keep my headphones in because if the people at the desk don't say anything, I won't say anything. So I'll just keep it pushing, right? So I went to go put my headphones in just to realize I left my headphones at home. I was so upset, right? And I was like, man, this is really not okay. Like, I can't believe it. I contemplated going back home, and then I was like, no, you're already here. You might as well just have like a great workout. So I had my workout, and the whole time I'm really upset that I don't have these headphones. Like, I am really upset that I don't have these headphones. What circle are you referencing? What's happening? But wait, is this not? Yeah, this is what I need. Oh no, I need D5. See, but as I'm as I'm working out, I say to myself, man, you know what? This is something I would wish on my worst enemy. You know how people are always saying, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy? When I was in the gym working out with no headphones, one of my thoughts were, this is not gonna cause you pain. It's just gonna irritate you. I would definitely wish that on my worst enemy. So, my question to you guys today is, what is something that you would wish on your worst enemy? Right? And like I said, there are a lot of things people like. I wouldn't necessarily wish death upon my worst enemy, right? Like, what are some random things people say they wouldn't wish upon their worst enemy? Um, like, if you caught your girl cheating with like your boss or something, that's not something you probably would wish on your worst enemy, right? Like, I wouldn't wish this shit on my worst enemy. That's some shit people always say. But when I was in that gym working out without headphones, I said to myself, my worst enemy can suffer through this. It's not that bad. It sucks, and it's an inconvenience. And I think more than anything, knowing that I shouldn't have vengeance anymore, I don't think wishing a minor inconvenience on someone is necessarily vengeance. That feels more karmic. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. So my question today to all of you out there is, what is something that you would wish on your worst enemy. And while you are thinking about that, hey, this shit coming along really nicely, we're going to move on to pick your poison. Let's see what's happening with these cards. I'm once again going to give them a nice little shuffle. You know, like I said, the Yu-Gi-Oh way, because that's the only way I know. I feel like I could probably learn how to shuffle, but at this point, whoops, I just genuinely do not care. And if you're judging me for shuffling, get a life, because why does it matter that much? All right, we're going to choose that card. We're going to pick this one. And then, yeah, that one felt mischievous. Yeah, I can't explain why, but it just did. All right, so always have sand in your bed. Atrocious. Constantly feel like you're covered in ants. Atrocious. Have visible farts. So that was the last card. I'm 90% sure because all I did was pick up the pile. So see, like I said, mischievous. Have visible farts. To be honest with you, all of those sound horrific. And I don't know about you guys, but I try to not fart in public. Like, unless I like really have to, I'm not out here just letting off random farts in public. I try to have more decorum than that. Just like I try not to poop in public, right? But with that said, if I really had to let one, oh, okay. I was like, what kind of what? Why is it like Mega Man? If I really had to let one go, I think I just would. Like, I think you know what, that's a lie. If I really had to let one go, I would hope and pray that it's a silent one. And if it's not, I'm holding it in. Like, you know how when you meet, you know, a potential new girlfriend or a potential new boyfriend, if you are a girl and you have no other choice but to now, hold on. I'm gonna repeat that thought and do this one. You have no other choice but to hold in your farts. Now, y'all watch me put this boba together. There was a whole instruction to put the hand in and put it on the right arm. And now it's telling me if I want the gun to be in his hand, the blaster, I should have said probably, I have to take it out and create a new hand. Why? Where was the foresight? Why did you not just have me make that hand? That's angered me. But anyway, first world problems, right? Anyway, so yeah, pick your poison. Right. I got angry by that. So having visible farts, I would definitely try to sneak off somewhere. But I guess the real question is, what does it look like? Like, is it like a visible gaseous form? Does it linger? Like, those are things that I would need to know, because if it's more like an alarm, right? Like I fart, something comes out from where my butt is and just floats away. That sounds not okay. But if it's just like, uh, uh, damn, that's the only thing I can think of. Like, it would have to be like a gaseous form thing. It's not gonna be like an alert system. Like, it doesn't say have alert people when you have farts. Have visible farts, and gas just kind of lingers, especially if it's a real stank one. Yeah, I don't know if I can deal with that. However, with all that being said, I also don't know how I feel about having sand in my bed. Always have sand in my bed. I don't know about you guys, but if there's one thing I genuinely hate about the beach, it's all the sand that you come back with. Not a fan of that. And I feel like it takes months to get rid of sand once you have it. Like, you have to shake it off of everything. You have to damn near strip your entire, like, you strip all your clothes off before you enter your household to ensure you don't get sand everywhere. But even then, it could be in your toenail, maybe in your hair somewhere, trapped under a fingernail, in a fold if you're chubby like me. I don't need that. I don't want sand in my bed. I would have the most uncomfortable sleeps of my life. I don't deserve that. See, again, that is something I would wish on my worst enemy. Having sand in your bed always, yeah, deal with that. But me, that's not for me. But even with that being said, that brings us to our third option. constantly feel like you're covered in ants. 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 That, my friends, sounds less than pleasant. So, in my head, right? Did I pick the right? I picked the wrong hand because I'm foolish. So, in my head, um it's a good thing. It's not like you have ants on your body, right? Like that's cool, that's a plus. However, to constantly feel that way is horrible. I'm not a very hairy person, and I'm so thankful for that every single day. Like I'm not a very hairy person, but I have enough hair on my body that if I now, what the hell? Okay. That if I like if my hair touches something, like let's say that I'm near a surface and the hair on my leg touches something, I always like jerk because I'm like, oh, something crawling on me. Look at that. This bounty hunter almost ready to bounty hunt. That was weird. Anyway, so yeah, I always jerk. I have a reaction. So I feel like I would look like a crazy person constantly like jerking, like, what's that? What's on me? What's that? What's that? Oh, what's that? What's that? I don't want the attention. I don't want that. That would be horror. I would look like I have a condition. I mean, I guess I do. It's called invisible ants. So of all of them though, I feel like that one I have to kind of that has to come out of contention. Like I can't. I just guys, I just can't. Dude. Oh, all right, so boom. He's got his other little blaster here. Now it goes into his little holster, John. Oh, I gotta unsnap it first. Unsnap the holster, John. Put the piece in there. You feel me? Cause safety first. Safety. Oh shit. Gun safety is very important. So take the holster. You put the piece in. You gotta reholster. See, apparently I did it the wrong way. There we go. That's the good stuff. There we go. Yeah. So all right. So taking that one out of contention, now I'm left with have visible farts or always have sand in my bed. Yeah, it says now the next instruction is to have his regular face, which is this pale ass thing. I'm just gonna keep his mask. Ladies and gentlemen, we have completed Boba Fett. Round of applause. Thanks for sticking with me. It's been almost a month, I think. I'm gonna put them on a stand that it has now. The only thing that's really left to do is for me to apply the stickers, and I'm not doing that here because I might not even apply the stickers. If I'm being, I will probably do it eventually. I take that back. I will probably eventually um apply the stickers, but right now it's not important to me. What is important to me is that he is complete. Yeah, I'm glad we did this together. Thanks for rocking with me, y'all. It every time I say it, I genuinely mean it, but thank you for rocking with me. But anyway, all right, always have sand in my bed or have visible farts. So again, the having sand in my bed, too much of an inconvenience. Always having sand in my bed. Because if it's in my bed, that means it's in my clothes. If it's in my clothes, it's probably in my beard and my hair. If it's in my beard and my hair, I almost guarantee that I'm almost never going to get all of it out. Fuck that. So, yeah, fuck. Oh, that was an actual piece. Whole time just thought you were just yep, there it is. Now I see it. Yeah, so fuck that. Having visible farts sounds like it shouldn't be the right answer, but it's gonna be because yeah, there's just now what are you telling me? There's just no way that I can allow myself to deal with the other two. So it literally has to be have visible farts because having constantly feeling like I'm having ants in my body does not sound like it'd be good for my mental health. Oh man, nice. And uh always having sand in my bed, the same. Um again, if that's something I wish on my worst enemy, that means that I definitely don't want to deal with that. Like, I definitely don't like leaving my headphones at home, and I don't like dealing with that, right? But I did, but that's not what I meant to say. But with that said, I also could not fathom always having sand in my bed. That just means I always have sand everywhere. And guys, that's not a life I want to live. That's not a life anyone should live. Unless they're my worst enemy, then they can deal with that. But yeah, so I think because it can't be that, and it can't be constantly feel like I have ants on me, yeah, it has to be have visible farts. It literally is the only logical answer, which really freaking sucks. But yeah, buddy. Yeah, that boy cold. That boy cold. So yeah, let me know what you guys would pick because this shit crazy. What are you showing me now? That doesn't look right. All right. Young Boba's complete. As we take this moment to reflect on how long it took and how tedious it is and how not perfect it is, but hey, I did it. We're going to go ahead and move on to the Wheel of Fun. Let us see what the wheel says. Fun fact. Yeah. Let's do a fun fact. Fun fact of the day. And I don't think it's much of a fun fact as it is just like a fact and maybe one of those we listen and we do judge moments. I don't have all the details because I didn't feel like looking into it because it's not an on this day fact. It's a fun fact. So, a woman in the UK once called the police when her ice cream didn't have enough sprinkles. That to me is a prime example of a Karen, right? And I guess it makes me wonder what is there an average amount of sprinkles that an ice cream should have? What's too little sprinkles? There's definitely a moment where there's too many sprinkles. I don't think I've ever had a moment where I'm like, there's too little. I think I've always had a moment where I'm like, I could have more sprinkles, but I'm always like, meh, that's enough. I also don't think I've ever had a moment where I'm like, yeah, I definitely have enough sprinkles on here, right? But I don't think I've ever had a moment where I'm like, you didn't give me enough sprinkles. How dare you? The authorities need to deal with you. That is honestly kind of hilarious. Like, could you imagine wanting your sprinkles so bad, you call your local authority to say, police, please help. These niggas didn't give me enough sprinkles. My ice cream is not rainbowed enough. Help me, please. I wonder if the police showed up. What would that interaction be like? Like, imagine you pull up to the scene and you probably have to because although you're not going to do anything about her lack of sprinkles, you probably need to de-escalate the situation, right? And me, I'm someone who I'm like, let's get this over with. Like even when I was a manager at a supermarket, like nine, 7 times out of 10, if you 9 times out of 10, if you like were just super annoying and at least if you weren't nasty, right? If you weren't nasty but annoying and I just knew I needed to get you out of there, I'm probably going to give you, for the most part, what I want because at the end of the day, it's not my money. It's not my business. I just need you gone, right? But if you were an asshole, I'm going to just ask you to leave. I'm not going to give you the closure and conclusion that you probably want, right? So let's just imagine that in this scenario, the police gets there. I'm assuming it's just one officer. And he gets there. I don't know why it's a he, but it is now. He gets there and he sees his woman. He's like, man, what's going on? And she goes on to tell him, sir, I'm so glad you're here. Please, these people did not give me enough sprinkles from my ice cream cone. And he's just standing there and he's just like, what? What do you mean? She'd be like, I'm serious. Don't you see? There's 17 sprinkles on this cone. I should at least have 47. At least I imagine that in her head. If you are crazy enough to call the police, you have a solid number of how many sprinkles should be on your cone, right? So he's probably standing there like, honestly, if I were the cop, I would just be like, just give her more sprinkles, please. Like, just give her the sprinkles. And they're probably gonna hit you with but it costs extra. And I'd be like, I'll pay for it. Was it $2 for extra? Give her the fucking sprinkles. You're wasting my time. There's crime happening. I need to go. What are you talking about? I couldn't imagine calling the police over something so petty. Ridiculous. But anyway, y'all, that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for tuning in and stopping by. As always, yo, because it's still new, I need to stop forgetting. Un momento. I'm sorry, almost forgot to pick the next spot for the Slice of Buffalo tour. 5 names remain. Give this a little shaky shake, and let's see what the first pizza spot is of the new year. The first location on the Slice of Buffalo Tour 2025 is, I swear I manifested this, yo, Jay's Artisan. Ooh, I'm excited for this one. I've seen their Instagram, and full disclosure, this is a spot that I've had before, but it was like 3 years ago, and I couldn't tell you anything about it. So I'm really excited to try it again. Jay's Artisan, we'll see you Saturday. Everyone else, we'll see you Saturday too. As always, it's a pleasure. This is King Echo, signing off.